A Fargo cab driver reported being robbed at about 1:30 this morning. The cab driver picked up the man in Moorhead and drove him to South Fargo. When the cab stopped, the passenger announced that it was a robbery and demanded money. The driver handed over an undisclosed sum of money and the passenger ran away. The cab driver was not hurt and describes the passenger as a black male of average build in his mid-20s. There are many things happening on the Jamestown College this week. Tonight in L2, political figure Jasper Snyder gave a brief talk. Also tonight in the Denault Auditorium of the Ryland Fine Arts Center, Christian speaker and author Rick James presented. On Friday, there is a Freedom Sings concert in the Denault Auditorium of the Ryland Fine Arts Center. Performers for Freedom Sings include songwriter Jason White, Joseph Wooten. Mr. Wooten was a singer and songwriter and keyboard performer for the legendary Steve Miller Band for more than 15 years. However, a day before the Freedom Sings concert is the 6th annual Character and Leadership Conference, which will feature a keynote address by Roxana Saberi. And here to tell us a little more about the Character and Leadership Conference are senior Character and Leadership students Mallory, Johannes, and Morgan Bossman. So ladies, tell us a little bit about the conference.
The conference is this Thursday. The keynote starts at 7:30, which is Roxana Saberi, as you mentioned. She was a journalist from Fargo, and she traveled to, it was Iran, right?
Yep,
Iran. To write a book and just kind of learn about her father's culture. And she was then arrested and placed in prison. And so it's kind of her story of what she went through while she was there.
Okay. And who should come to this address? Who is it geared towards?
I would say it's geared towards pretty much everyone, any major on campus, as well as the surrounding community members. I'd say it's kind of geared towards the young and the old, anyone that wants to hear her story.
Okay. Why should people come to this address?
I would say they should come because her main talk is about courage and how you need to stand up for what you believe in, no matter what the circumstances may be. And I feel like she mentioned, all majors, all businesses, anything like that, that's something that you need to have in your life. You need to know what you stand for and how you can continue and believe in that as you go forward in life.
Okay. What can attendees hope to gain or learn from listening to Ms. Saberi?
I think attendees can hope to learn kind of how having that courage to stand up for what you believe in can really impact your life, how that can really change the decisions you make.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ms. Johannes and Ms. Bossman, for coming and sharing with us today. And we look forward to joining you at Thursday's conference. Once again, if you would like tickets, they are $8 for individuals and $12 for couples. They can be reserved by calling the Jamestown College box office at 701-252-3467, extension 2435, or by emailing tickets@jc.edu. Michael Jackson's personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, has been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter over 2 years after Jackson's death. 58-year-old Murray will face up to 4 years in prison and the loss of his medical license. Hundreds of fans gathered outside the courthouse awaiting the verdict and danced to several of Jackson's hits when the verdict was reached. Dr. Murray, a Houston cardiologist, was paid $150,000 a month as Jackson's personal physician. Jackson was an insomniac, and Dr. Murray stated that the singer often pleaded with him for powerful drugs to put him to sleep. Jackson was particularly receptive to propofol, a surgical anesthetic. It has been indicated that propofol, in combination with other drugs in Jackson's system, played a key role in his death in 2009. The Syrian government has launched a bloody assault to retake Homs, the country's third largest city. Homs has strongly resisted and opposed President Bashar al-Assad more than any other city. It has been reported that government forces have killed as many as 111 people within 5 days. With all the oppression in the country, many in Syria are beginning to view Homs as an example of the relative success of fighting back. A Damascus-based analyst has stated that the people just can't take any more poor treatment from the government. Others have said this is the worst fighting in Homs since the uprising began in mid-March. Today was pleasantly sunny and relatively warm, but we'll go to our JCTV weather person, Jessica Gulseth, for more information about what to expect over the next couple of days.
Thank you, Carlotta. This afternoon was fairly sunny, reaching a high of 50 degrees, which was warmer than most days this week. Tonight will cool down to a low of about 23 degrees. Tomorrow should be a good day. You will have made it halfway through the week. The sun will be shining and we'll see a high of 40 degrees. Tomorrow night will be clear with a low of 19 degrees. Thursday will be much like Wednesday with mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the low 40s. Friday, Veterans Day, will be a warm day with a high of almost 50 degrees yet again. Saturday and Sunday will see temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. November's average temperature is 37 degrees. So far this month, we've managed to stay above average. And many of you are thankful for that, and many of you wish it would just snow already. Don't get too antsy. It'll be here before we know it, and then it won't melt away fast enough. That's the weather, Jamestown. Still no snow, and now we'll send it back over to you, Carlotta.
Thanks, Jessica. The Jimmie men's basketball team was on the road this evening as they took on the University of Minnesota Crookston. The Jimmies were looking to rebound from 2 straight losses they suffered this past weekend. The Jimmie men's wrestling team had a tough meet on Sunday in Brookings, South Dakota as they competed in the Warren Williamson Daktronics Open. The Jimmie finished in last place overall as a team. However, junior Pat Nord had an NAIA national qualifying performance at the meet as he finished 6th place individually in his weight class. The Jimmie women's wrestling team also was in action this weekend as they competed in the Missouri Valley Open. Individually for the Jimmies, Tiffany Sluick placed 2nd, Michelle Cannett finished 6th, and Monica McMonigal finished 7th, all in their respective weight classes, of course. In more national sports news, Joe Frazier, the former heavyweight boxing champion, died yesterday evening. Noted for his intensely personal and furious fights with Muhammad Ali, Smokin' Joe, as Mr. Frazier was known, garnered a reputation for his powerful left hook. In November, an associate of Mr. Frazier told the Associated Press that Mr. Frazier had liver cancer and had entered hospice care. Joe Frazier was 67 years old. Thank you for joining us tonight, Jamestown. I'm Carlotta Rasmussen. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, where it's always our pleasure to connect the campus with the community.